Good afternoon, ex-Winterview, back with another brief dialogue with his dear friend, Annastacey. This dialogue is pre-coffee, afternoon, feeling a little bit sleepy, and I'm driving, good mix. Nonetheless, I will persevere. This dialogue is on specialness. What is it? What's specialness all about? The conceptualized self, which is believed to be inside the body, or is the body, is a life fraught with peril. As I've said before in other dialogues, the existential angst surrounding this individual, this conceptualized individual, is their death, their destruction, their inevitable demise. And so they live in that awfulness, protected or buffered by fantasies and dreams, psychic defenses of all interesting manner, colour, shape and size. One of the other facets of the imagined individual is a function of the mind that has to do with hierarchy and value. The mind is exquisitely attuned to order and hierarchy and magnitude in all facets and all arenas of existence. I don't really know why this is. I suspect there's some adaptive function for this. It's never quite content with what it has. It needs the next best thing. It needs something better. In line with this functioning or this behavior of mind comes a tendency towards the individual to feel or want to feel special. And we know that the individual seeks out anything in the appearance that is special, drawn to that which is special. To align oneself with that specialness somehow is an attempt to imbue the imagined individual with that specialness. Specialness is a very sort of a delightful, lovely experience. A little bit glamorous, a little bit mystical, a little bit magical, a bit important. The poor old imagined individual needs to feel this specialness to, in some ways, power the fantasy that it has for itself in its life. If it's in any domain that the individual finds itself in, it will gravitate naturally towards the special elements of that arena. If it's, for example, in a new job, it gravitates towards the wanting to be noticed, wanting a promotion perhaps, disowning itself from mistakes, and so on and so forth. The sort of area that I wanted to talk about in particular was in the arena of the whole enlightenment, seeking for enlightenment, searching, liberation milieu. I just love using that word. The individual seeks out the specialness of the guru or the master or the secret teaching. It imagines that the appearance has power, or different parts of the appearance have different powers. A mystical kind of experience with one teaching or teacher has some power. A realization after reading something seems to imbue that text with power. Any experience that the individual finds extraordinary or different or amazing in some ways is imbued with specialness and power, and in some way is seen as authentic, or more authentic, or something like that, and confirms that the journey that the individual feels that they are on is correct. They're on the right path because they've just had yet another realization of truth or wonderment or something like that. What the individual cannot see and will never see, which is unfortunate, is the emptiness of the appearance. The images and objects of the appearance have no existence. They seem to have existence, they appear to have existence, and as the individual assumes that they are an object in the appearance, then they assume that the things that they see in the appearance are also objects. And if these are indeed objects, they must have orders of magnitude, orders of power, etc., orders of specialness, if you like. And that takes us to religious texts and teachings of esoteric knowledge and so-called pathways to enlightenment, etc. They are imagined, each one is imagined to contain a truth, a power that will take the individual from here to there. And this is part of spiritual seeking, spiritual searching. The individual cannot not do that. It's what the individual seems to do. And when I say seems, it only happens apparently. Specialness is, in some ways, what the ultimate journey is all about. The individual dreams that when they achieve liberation or enlightenment, that's the ultimate specialness, the ultimate status, the ultimate rank amongst their peers. This is not just a very, very, pardon me, a very, very nice person. This is a special person. This is an amazing person. We see this veneration in so-called other enlightened gurus of the past. They're imbued with a sort of special wisdom or power, status. They earn oohs and ahs at the mention of their name. Their words are believed to carry some energy in the appearance, and this energy is believed, or will be believed, to have some impact on the individual. And in some cases, the individual feels or claims to feel that energy. There's something sensed in the presence of special teachings or teachers, which is a very powerful fantasy for the individual. It creates that sense that this is really it. I've found it. I found something. The individual, by contrast, hates it when their teaching or teacher is challenged in any way, whether the path they're on is challenged as invalid or not powerful, etc. And you often get a tit-for-tat arguing between these apparent seekers about which teaching is valid and which is invalid, which master is speaking the truth, which is not speaking the truth. This all goes on in the appearance of the world. It's just another part of the functioning in the appearance of the world. There are reports from some seekers or some individuals of extraordinary experiences that occur, such as a brief glimpse of the divine or a transcending of space-time, even more extraordinary experiences, bilocation, time travel, clairvoyance, clairaudience, telekinesis, teleportation, just wonderful, amazing experiences, knowing the intricacies and metaphysical workings of the universe, seeing all that, experiences of bliss, ecstasy, experiences of transcending the self, all those great spiritualized experiences, all occurring, all sounding very special, and all reinforcing the illusion of specialness in the appearance, and for the hapless seeker become markers or badges of success in their spiritual journey. The spiritual journey, therefore, is framed as one of specialness, and what are they called? The markers of the journey are these experiences, these extraordinary experiences. And a teaching is weighed on its reference to either the mystical, amazing experiences, or a teacher, indeed, is asked about their own powers and experiences. It's a bit like asking a country, what type of clouds does it have? Does it have the full range of clouds, or is it only wispy little cirrus clouds? Does it have big cumulonimbus and cumulus types of clouds? Because if it does have the full range of clouds, that country is more special than another country. It's like asking an ocean, what species of fish do you have? If you don't have the full range of the species of fish, or you don't have exotic fish, I'm just not interested. I need the ocean with the most incredible depths and special breeds of fish before I recognize you as a valid ocean. And this kind of explains the thinking that the mind gets up to. And so the specialness, in some ways, I'm thinking to myself, is part of the fantasy. And I did a dialogue on the fantasy where it's part of the psychic defenses, where the individual is unhappy, kind of miserable about their impending doom. And this is just one of the other fruitless ways that the mind tries to somehow enrich the experience of the individual. What the individual will never see is that the entirety or totality of experience, no matter what's happening, is special. It is extraordinary already. There is a specialness, you might say, built in to the manifestation. It's an extraordinariness that can't be recognized by the individual. Damn, I just missed my turn because I was so into my dialogue. Never mind. It must have meant to be that I was to miss that turn, says the individual. So this dialogue was just a little shorty on specialness. It's not a trap. You wouldn't say that the seeking of specialness is a trap. That's a bit sort of unkind in a way. It's just what it is. Oh, that's terrible. That sounds very vague. It's just part of the natural functioning of the apparent individual. That's all. It's maybe a better way of saying it. It's what the individual does because of that bereftment and difficulty that it faces. Anyway, hope everyone is well on this glorious Sunday. At least it is where I am. Comments are welcome.